Alright, let's talk about a side of true crime that rarely gets the spotlight. Serial killers who manage to slip under the radar. Not the household names you've heard 1,000 times, but the ones whose stories are just as chilling, and somehow, almost forgotten. First up, Israel Keyes. Now this guy is the definition of terrifying. Keyes operated completely off the grid, leaving kill kits buried across the country, ready to use whenever he felt the urge. He didn't have a type. He didn't have a pattern. That's what made him so hard to catch. Next, let's talk about Pedro Rodrigues Filho, also known as Pedrinho Matador or Killer Petey. Born in Brazil, this guy's story reads like a twisted action film. By the age of 14, he'd already committed his first murder, but here's the wild part. He mostly targeted other criminals. Moving on, Niels Hogel. This German nurse is one of the most prolific serial killers in Europe, but you almost never hear his name. Hogel killed at least 85 patients. Some estimates say the number could be as high as 300. His method? Lethal injections while on duty. Another name you probably haven't heard, Robert Hansen, the butcher baker. Living in Alaska, Hansen would kidnap women and fly them into the wilderness where he'd hunt them for sport. He operated for over a decade before being brought to justice, and the sheer brutality of his crimes is enough to send shivers down your spine. And finally, let's not forget Mikhail Popkov, the Angarsk maniac from Russia. A former police officer, Popkov used his badge to gain the trust of his victims. He was convicted of 78 murders, but authorities suspect the real number is even higher. Imagine, the very person meant to protect you is the one you should fear the most. These stories remind me that evil doesn't always come with a warning label. Sometimes, the most notorious figures are the ones we barely notice, until it's too late. Stay curious, stay safe, and remember, the scariest monsters are often hiding in plain sight.